Hi, everyone. So, if you've been thinking about becoming a mortgage broker in the state of Pennsylvania, you probably have a lot of questions. Things like, how do I get my Pennsylvania mortgage broker license? How much does it cost to open a brokerage in Pennsylvania? What are the biggest mistakes to avoid? How long does it take? Good news, you're in the right place. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know step by step. This is the state that I opened not just one, but 3 of my own mortgage brokerages. Plus, I'm going to share how you can fast track the process, get your business up and running faster, and I'm going to share with you how our team at Collab Broker Concierge can help you avoid the mistakes that cost people thousands of dollars when opening their brokerages, like it cost me. So, you ready to get started? You can click the link in the description below to schedule a call with myself and my team. Otherwise, let's jump in. Let's first start by talking about why would anyone want to become a mortgage broker in the state of Pennsylvania. First of all, Pennsylvania is the 5th largest state in the entire country, population-wise. That means there's a lot of people who need to purchase homes. And so there's a lot of opportunity. And Pennsylvania has not yet been one of the states where there have been an abundant amount of mortgage brokers. So you still would be early to the game. You've got high income potential, being a mortgage broker owner in Pennsylvania, and can easily earn high 6 figures a year by learning how to grow your business. Because remember, you're getting your whole checks when you own the business. You're independent. As a mortgage broker, you control your business. You pick the banks that you're signed up with. You decide on your rates. You decide on the team that works for you. It can have a big impact in your local communities. You'll have more lender options than the local banks that consumers are walking into. Whereas in a bank, a loan officer is working just with that bank. You're going to have the same banks that everyone all over the country can use as with the wholesale lenders that are available. Pennsylvania's market is strong right now. It was listed as one of the top 15 markets with homes selling on the market in less than 30 days, selling at 99% of the list price. The demand for mortgage brokers is growing, and it's growing in Pennsylvania. In states like Florida and California, a lot of people have jumped into being mortgage brokers. There's a lot of them in the market, but if you're in Pennsylvania, there's a good chance you might be the only or maybe the second in your whole area that is providing mortgage broker services. You can really disrupt the balance in your local community. And the best part is that Pennsylvania is a fairly easy state to get licensed and open your own business in mortgage brokerage. They don't have any years of experience requirements or distance requirements anymore, which they used to. The application fee is a little bit higher than some of the other states, I think sitting at around $1,600. But once you get going, they're usually very quick to get you approved. Now, before you can start, you do have to have your individual license, or someone on your team has to be individually licensed to get the company's license officially approved. So let's dive in. Now, before I go into the steps to open a brokerage in Pennsylvania, if you're a loan officer in retail and it makes you jittery to go right into owning your own brokerage, I just want to encourage you to schedule a time to talk to myself or my team about what's called the transition team option. And this is where we sponsor your license for up to 12 months so you can learn how to originate in the broker space. And at the end of that year, can be sooner, will help you open and launch your own brokerage. It's a program we started in 2024, and you can go to becomeamortgagebroker.info to listen to Milo and Nate's testimonials, some of our transition team members, where they share how successful the program was for them. If you know you want to open, then let's jump into the steps that you're going to need to take. Now, just like every other state, step 1 is, do you meet the requirements? Are you 18 years old? Do you have no major criminal offenses, no fraud? Do you know criminal history that you can't get that individual license? Have you completed your 20-hour pre-licensing education and passed the NMLS exam? You're going to have to do that if you haven't yet to go and open your own business. Now, if you only want to be a loan officer, you don't need to get the company broker license. You can just go and be sponsored by a mortgage brokerage. But if you want to own your own business, then keep watching. So step 2, after you've completed your licensing education, the 20 hours, you've taken the test, you've passed it with more than a 75% score, is that you need to go and register your mortgage broker business. You have to create an LLC, a company. You have to form that LLC in Pennsylvania. Actually, it can be in a different state. It does not have to be in the state of Pennsylvania, but you will get then an EIN from the IRS. And when you get that EIN, you're going to go to the NMLS website and you're going to register and get a company NMLS number. Just like you did with your individual license, you do the same exact thing. It's a separate account that you'll open in the NMLS, and you're going to be applying through the NMLS with the Pennsylvania Department of Banking and Securities. Now, if you're applying in the state of Pennsylvania, if you've registered your company in a different state, one thing you do have to do is you have to have a registered agent in Pennsylvania. You're going to go through Pennsylvania's checklist. You're going to go through and make sure you've got that registered agent, that you've got your EIN letter, that you've got your company, any of the other requirements, and they're fairly simple. There's no net worth requirement, there's no experience requirement, no distance requirements. So they're pretty standard. You will have to get a bond, and you will have to do some of the items on the checklist, which may seem a little not familiar to you, but it is one of the easier states. Some of the costs for Pennsylvania is you have your NMLS processing fee of $100, you have your licensing registration fee of about $1,000, the state filing fee $350. So like I said, it adds up to about $1,600 between all the fees combined, and you'll have to get that surety bond. And the surety bond varies based on the volume that you originate. They're going to ask you questions about that. But once you get approved, it's a lot easier renewing each year. Now, the PA Department of Revenue is pretty good about approving most applications within 30 to 45 days. Unless you're doing it right after renewal period, they can be backed up. When I list some of those costs, that's just for applying, getting that bond and applying with NMLS and the state. Remember, that doesn't include office expenses, marketing, hiring expenses. If you get someone to help you get the license approved or to do any of the work that you're doing, that's just your basic costs. And so the final thought that I wanted to give everyone is, is it worth it? Was it worth it when I did it to become a mortgage broker in Pennsylvania? And honestly, yes, it was the best thing that I ever did in my career. If you've ever listened to any of my videos, I wasn't planning on opening a mortgage brokerage, and I found myself in a situation where I had to make a decision and decided to become a broker owner. And I even tried at one point going over into retail and came right back within a year and said, I will never, ever again do anything outside of except for owning a mortgage brokerage if I am originating loans or I have a team that's originating loans. So if you're looking for a way to control your destiny, to make more money, to have control of how your commission checks are spent, where you get to invest them, like in your local communities with who you hire, opening up an independent mortgage brokerage has been one of the most rewarding things for me being a Pennsylvania resident. So if you need help getting your brokerage up and running, and you want to do it faster, you don't have the time because you have a really great book of business, that's where our mortgage broker concierge team can really help and guide you through every step, not just the licensing, but then all the things that come after you get licensed, like setting up your loan system, connecting it to your CRM, getting your VA accounts, your DU, your LP, the list goes on. So schedule a call with us today. I put a link down in the description. Otherwise, make sure that you hit that bell on our channel, hit the subscribe if you have not yet, so that you can keep getting notifications on the videos that we're releasing every week, where we're trying to make mortgage business ownership easy for all of you out there in the industry.